Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Count Christo and thank you ever so very much for joining me. We are preparing to go to war with Colonial in the first of our major conflicts to secure the Armenian highlands. I have looked into it by reading the code, and what this event does is it switches our tag. We are currently OTT and it changes us to TUR, presumably Turkey, which might change our name, might change our flag, might change our map color, all of which would be cool. Also, I'm thinking of enabling the extra tags, because it doesn't slow the game down as far as I know, and we could form the Turkish Empire maybe. So sure, let's enable that. Regional delegation. Show a menu that lets you decolonize entire regions of the game. This increases game speed considerably. That's a good point. We could decolonize America, which just kills everyone in America. It's tempting, but let's not do that because we're not needing it yet. I'm just looking at this. Show cultural unrest events or cultural unrest events. Show estate change events. Show coring info events. No, that's fine. Automatic construction events. No, that's fine. All right, hide the additional stuff. Half-baked. Someone in chat seems to turn to complain about the latest patch of EU4. We're not playing on. We're playing on a patch that's like a year and a half old. Alright, so what are we doing? Right, yeah, so we should have added a new mission, right? Form the Turkish Empire? I don't see it, though. Maybe now that you do it through missions, the extra tags just don't do anything. I've heard a lot about this mod, but never played it. Would you recommend it? Yes. It's the best mod ever made for any game ever. You should 1000% play it. Is it just me, or is the game way slower than normal? I'm tempted to reload before I did that extra tag event. When did we last quick save? Just in case adding those extra tags slows the game down. It shouldn't. But on the other hand, it's only 13 days earlier. So let's reload and just not do that, because we can switch tag via the event anyway. Via the mission anyway. I believe the reason they don't always have the extra tags is because it slows it down. Do we have the Caliphate? We do not. We do not. The Caliphate is held by a... What's the... Landlocked is when you can't get to the sea. They're like desert locked. They only border the Sahara. The Mamluks still have it. We're going to take it from them in the next war. But I'm still not sure what... Does anyone know what modifiers being the Caliph actually gives you? Because if it just gives you, like, more... Oh, God, if it gave you the religious CB, that would be so good. If it just gives you the... the Mamluks are down here. That's all of their land. If it just gives us the piety, I don't want it, to be honest. Right, yeah. Everywhere's coring. Our lovely 209% overextension. Cool. Unpause. It might. I mean, these few days of the year are often slow anyway. Yeah, they're losing the coalitions. Shall we build more universities, or shall we start prioritizing something else? I think we shall build more universities. I really like having a very nice education multiplier. It just seems like a long-term investment that I enjoy. Plus, it helps urbanization, which is nice. You know what we haven't looked at for a long time? Let's take a look at the quantity of regional available food. Sorry about the creaking mic. I just need to move it. And once again. All right, I'll leave it be. Farming related, extra regional food. Add it to the map mode. Thank you, thank you. So we're looking at 70% regional food used in our kind of core region. And then down in kind of Greater Anatolia and Egypt, we're looking at 60%. I think this is fine, honestly. I don't think we need to worry about food yet. We need to worry about it when we're getting to 80 and 90, basically. That's when food becomes the critical thing. And what we'll do at that point is we'll essentially shift from spending money on urbanization to spending money on canals. And that's basically what that will do once that goes to 90. We'll also obviously try and work on building warehouses and things so we can import more food. Remove modifiers, please. Exit and hide the utility decisions. Maybe between this episode and the next, I will test what if we decolonize, and decolonize in this context just means delete nations. What if we decolonize all of the Americas? How much will that actually speed the game up by? We definitely, obviously, can't do it to like China or anything like that because we're going to conquer all of this. But I don't think the tag, like colonizing the Americas is fun. I don't think the tags in the Americas really add very much, with the obvious exception of Mexico and the Incas. And when I say Mexico, I mean Mesoamerica. Not just the region that falls within modern-day Mexico. And when I say Inca, I mean the area the Incas owned when the Spanish showed up, not what they necessarily own right now. Oh, the conversions are going so nicely. It's a beautiful thing. Focusing again, though, on places with the maximum impact on unity with relatively comparable lengths of time. When is our truce with the Mamluks, by the way? 95. So in 10 years, we can go and claim the Caliph. Maybe by then, some helpful soul in chat would have told me what it actually does. We will see. Right now, we are going to war to claim Greater Armenia and thereby enable us to form Turkey. Should be fun. We're going to do this as a low loot war because it would just be short-term and foolish to do otherwise. And we should really actually annex Armenia after this war because it's going to make them really, really happy with us. Maybe we should make it a reconquest war. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to make this a reconquest war. Well, do we want to annex Armenia? It's wrong religion. It's going to be really harsh communication. I want to annex them because I'm concerned, given our experience in the West, we may never be able to annex them if we don't annex them in the war where we give them a bunch of land. And they're coring this land for me, which is good. Because, like... Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. We spent so long obsessing over, are we going to be able to get these guys to 190 opinion so we can start annexing them? You don't have to get them to 190 opinion to start annexing them, you moron. Oh, there's going to be so many comments. There's going to be so many comments on YouTube about that. Well, that's a really good thing to learn. I'm very happy about this and simultaneously very mad. Good, alright, let's start annexing Macedonia, because it will clean up our borders, and it will enable passive conversion in more of these bordering provinces. Oh my god. Alright. Macedonia, you've done great things. It's time for you to become an integral part. We're going to welcome you into the fold of the tolerant and benevolent Ottoman nation. Speaking of tolerant and benevolent, let's go massacre some foreigners so we can steal their land. We could do with a claim on the Mamluks just so we have a CB against them for sure. Alright. That's a phrase that will go down really well with Google's like predictive AI modeling thing, by the way. Massacre foreigners so we can steal their land. In the game. Deep AI, whatever the Google AI is called. Ooh, we've eclipsed Poland, and that's put us at exactly 49. Outrageous. Let's insult France, see if we can get it a bit higher. Send a scornful insult. Gives us 0 power projection. I would like the power projection, please. And we will, of course, stop blockading you. God, that's such good news. It's frustrating because I was an idiot, but it's really good news because it means we are going to be able to annex all of these subjects without all of the problems we thought we were going to have. Which is great. So, hey, Karakunlu. The time has come. Oh, I'm in a great mood now. I was really worried about us having to like vassalize all these people and unvassalize them and then declare war on them. I was like, oh, will I like cheat to let us vassalize, to let us like pay to annex them rather than just declaring war on them? Because it seems really like thematically bad and it's really good news. Let's do a reconquest war because there's loads of aggressive. Well, there's not loads of aggressive expansion around here actually. Let's do a conquest war. I am decisive. Level 3 fort? No, thank you. How about this one instead? And we will take it directly and then give it to them, maybe? Or we'll see. Right, which means you don't have to annex them at the Armenians in a hurry, which is good because I want to build roads to here at least first. We don't want to full call the Jalayirids or anyone else, so declare. You come in here with the best siege leader. You come around here. You come in here, and you can, as soon as they get called in, which they will, Jalayirids, there we go, come down here. Bum, bum. We should also switch it up. Let's stop having our subjects on siege focus. Let's have them on support focus. Can we meet with Wallachia and tell them to chill out? Meet with the Queen Regent of Wallachia. We could negotiate a tighter bond, but there's no real need for that. Nah, it's fine. Looting policy. We will restrict looting. Kingdom. Poland, rather. I will revoke my embargo of you. Oh, baby! Poland, that's why Poland's no longer a rival. They lost Lithuania. And Kiev. Oh, Kiev's all alone in the world and we just declared war on someone else! No! This is a disaster! It's such a good time to go to war with Kiev. Alright, we need to make this war short and sweet. We need to make it as quick as possible. We're just after, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces. Just give me these provinces and I will spare your menfolk if you give me these provinces. It will be such a good deal for both of us if you just left us alone right now. Get a claim on Kiev. You, sir, are a genius. I already have a conquest claim on this one. And the rest is all going to Crimea, which they actually have cores on. But that's a very good point regardless. Thank you for trying. Wrong, but a great idea. So what I suppose we will do is I will conquer these 3 provinces. I will conquer this province directly from Kiev. Then I will conquer all these provinces. Sorry, I'll conquer these 3. Then I'll release Moldova from this... No, I guess I'll feed these 3 to Wallachia. Then I'll release Moldova from this one. Then we'll feed Moldova all of Poland. And then we'll seize this province off them after they move their capital to somewhere sensible in central Poland. That seems good. Oh, the campaign is brighter. The birds seem to have suddenly appeared. Now that I know that I'm not going to have to have all these terrible problems integrating vassals. I'm really pleased. Wow, these sieges are going fast. What is wrong with your local defensiveness? Shifting loyalties for you as well. Plus we have some pretty nice stuff. And desert flats are apparently really easy to siege. Sieges in deserts, well known for being walks in the park. That one doesn't quite run. Doesn't quite compute. But the rest makes sense. What causes shifting loyalties? Is that a nationwide modifier? I'm not familiar. Bom bom bottom. Bom bom bottom bottom bottom. You can move into. Well, we don't really need the capital, do we? I'm not paying too much attention to manpower because we're just trying to. We're not in a hurry to declare any wars that take tons of manpower. So, and we've spent too long recently losing battles that we obviously should have won. Oh right, yeah, but do attach to all of these guys. We spent too much time recently losing battles that we obviously should have won because we were trying to save manpower by not having all of our guys in the siege. You know what we should definitely build? For God's sake, Christo, build it. A bigger town hall in Constantinople. Because we only have a level 2 and that's embarrassing. So let's build a city hall in Constantinople. Start working on trying to get this being the proper... biggest city in Europe. What are we at now? 320,000? That's pretty good. We're actually getting there on France. Because France has like 400 and something, right? 600 and something. Jesus, they gained 8,000 people last year. We got a way to go, but we'll get there. Let's do. Okay, yeah. We've been talking about all kinds of different infrastructure projects we're going to do. Manpower for now is going to be spent on road networks. And ducats are going to be spent on Constantinople. We're going to power ducats into Constantinople. And, oh, Dana, flip back here. Really, really power through some urbanization of the capital. That strikes me as a good time. If we can make Jared's peace out early, we'll obviously be in a good spot. I'm going to send these guys down south to back them up. We've got a serious advantage, but they do have 18 tech, though. They are pretty much keeping up. What's with the new expansion that's really game-breaking? This is going to be slightly jarring for YouTube viewers because I'm releasing these episodes 2 a week. So this one's not going to release until August or something. But the new E4, what's so broken? Various of the new features, if you use them and then you hit the continue game button, it just deletes your save. It like wipes every country in your entire Iron Man save and makes every province in the world uncolonized. Which is pretty funny. That's just one example. There's a lot of examples. You should just not play... is that still the case in 1.3, 1.2? I have no idea. Hello, Storygraph, by the way. I don't see you on that Twitch account usually. How does that skip QA? Because no one uses the continue game button. Clearly. That would be how. You know, you don't do testing and then go away and then come back and do more testing on the same save. Which you should do, because you miss bugs like that if you don't. But you know, that wouldn't just be normal testing behavior. You kind of bounce around, refine all your events and stuff. But I've no idea if it's still the case in 0.2. What you should do, like every single time Paradox releases a DLC, from now until they change as a company, which isn't likely to happen because there's not really a strong enough financial reason for them to do so, you should just not play it for a month. Most of the egregious stuff been fixed in the latest patch. Good. Yeah, I mean it's very common. I mean it's common not just with Paradox games, but like if you really want the best experience as a gamer trademark, if you want the best experience out of your games, you should basically never play them in the month they release, because there's essentially no reason to. You know, the games are still there a month later. If their multiplayer is dead a month post-release, they probably weren't very good. So you should just not play them until they've got their kind of, their bug fix patches released. Because the way that the games industry works at the moment is they release games with, and then they fix them. And that's partly because game devs are, apparently not great at project management sometimes. Not just game devs, but their managers are not great at project management. And so frequently don't allow enough time for bug fixing. We might actually lose that fight, which is a bit embarrassing. No, we just pulled it out. Good. And partly it's just because that's the nature of testing. You know, when you get 100,000 people playing your game compared to your 5 QAs or whatever, you know, of course you're gonna find new bugs. Just wait. Just roll back and play some MEIOU and taxes for a while. It'll be a great time. So what we want in this war is this. 100 aggressive expansion. It's quite a lot. We could perhaps be persuaded to not take these two. But no, come at me, honestly, with a coalition. You're not gonna. Oh yeah, there was the temporary bug with the MEIOU bills. That was really funny, wasn't it? Like all of the things that were meant to be costs, it like flipped to positives or something. That was a good time. I can't remember exactly how that worked, but anyway, back in the world of MEIOU and taxes, I'm going to build the warehouse district first because of the cheaper imported food that will allow the city to have more wealth because it's spending less of it importing food. And we will do a little bit about trying to min-max some attrition here. We must always attack. Give me that siege speed every single time. Bum ba dum bum bum. Alright, these guys are taking a bit too much attrition. If you could push off, allies, and stop making me take attrition, that'd be nice. So we shouldn't be taking much loot in this war, sadly. Yeah, just a measly little bit of loot, but is what it is. We're not here for loot. We're here for a quick little land acquisition. Please, Kiev, don't ally anyone. I beg you. Please. No! They've allied Poland. Okay, well, that's actually not as bad as it sounds. Poland has 17,000 men. Kiev has 12,000. We're going to declare a loot war, and we're going to just burn the Christ out of this whole region. That's my plan now. You shouldn't have allied Kiev, Poland. You're going to live to regret it for the rest of your life. Like, there will be Polish people in the year 1800 saying, remember when our ancestors allied Kiev at that key moment when we had the personal union break? Remember when Kiev like treacherously abandoned our personal union, and then we decided the smart move would be to ally with them. That was not smart. You guys, give me war reps and some money, please. That is all the money they'll actually be willing to give me. And then also break your alliance with Banu Rassi. And then we'll declare war on them when this truce ends. And they only just would be allowed to ally Banu Rassi immediately again, so they probably won't. Sabadar they can keep because those guys seem weak. Yoink. Oh, crap. That's such nonsense. They weren't called in. They were optionally called in as the Overlord. But because they're... Yeah. I'm going to reload. Not least because it's left me at war with the other guys. These guys were the war leader. And yet beating these guys out ends the war early. That's annoying. Well, we have monthly autosaves on at the moment, so... I hope you don't mind me reloading. That is... It's like 50% my fault, and it's 50%... They shouldn't have been the war leader. These guys... Am I crazy? Colonial... Normally, when you call in an overlord, which is going to be taking over as the war leader, they call in their allies, which they did not do. Yeah, look at this. I'm not crazy. The Gelarids are not the war leader, and yet beating them out ends the war. That's really weird. Oh, and now of course the siege doesn't fall. We should put autosaves back on half year though, even though it was just useful to have it on monthly. Let's begin heading up to Crimea too. I'll leave these guys here just in case. So are we going to be able to get this peace deal? Yes. And it's a shame I can't take war reps from the Gelarids, and I can't negotiate the Gelarids to, you know... It still causes a ghost expansion, even though, yeah. Well, that's a shame. Probably not worth taking the money from them. But I guess we'll just end the war right now, like this. Saves us burning down Baghdad even a little bit. And then we're going to give the land straight to Armenia. Congratulations, Armenia. Oh, I'm really looking forward to MEIOU and taxes updating so a bunch of the shortcut keys get added in. Like being able to click on things and then being able to hit the province and then being able to hit C to do this is really nice. Grand Province Bidis. Grand Province Van. And Grand Province Manzikert. Nice. Look at our glorious Armenian subjects. Should we move their capital for them? Because it should definitely be here. Let's do that. We haven't done this yet, so I'm going to save in case I mess it up. But I said earlier in one of the earlier episodes, we're going to allow ourselves to move our subjects' capitals because the AI doesn't do it. Which is silly. Because it can make a massive difference. Tag Arm. So the capital of Armenia should almost definitely, like looking at this on the trade map mode, yeah, it should obviously be here. It would be way better from a communication efficiency perspective if it was here. So, and this is their core, right? Oh, they haven't actually caught it yet. Okay, well we won't move it there until they've caught it. But once they've caught it, they should move their capital there. Tag Ot. Turn off debug mode. All right, you guys to Crimea. But you guys need to go the long way because you think you can go the short way, but you can't. That would be a quality of life upgrade I would like to see. The AI, when it's black flagged, currently thinks it will always be black flagged and therefore takes routes. In fact, these guys are doing it now. They're going to be unblack flagged here, and then they're going to be unable to walk here. So they're going to walk here, and then they're going to stop. When I click on a province, it should calculate how you can get there, given that you will cease being black flagged on the way. In my humble yet correct opinion. Alright, spoils of war. Sure, add some to the court. Greater Armenia established. So now we just need one more against Mazaran, one more against these guys, and then another one against Kara, which will be a reconquest war in which we will seize these lot and probably Mosul as well. So you have truce with me, but not for long. So we'll do a war with you after that, because we need some of their provinces for this as well. Quite a few actually, though very, very low development. Might also take Kati and Imeritia, I guess, to begin building our road across here. Speaking of roads, so now that some coring is starting down here, where do we need roads? Alexandria is a obvious candidate. Which one of these two has the better? Oh yes, by the way, urban production, change urban good. Urban production, change urban good. Urban production, attract qualified artisans. You right now make 21.3 ducats from that, and you make 24 ducats. So, congratulations, you're getting roads. It's going to cost 1,000 ducats, which would be about 50,000 manpower. Okay, it's good to know. So that's our first road project. Dumyat is getting paved roads, which will help its urban production to no end. Exquisite. All right, they're all coring. Do I want to core Alexandria before I take tech? Yes, because we still don't have any goddamn Renaissance. So, core Alexandria. And then Dumyat is honestly probably next. Although it's going down to like, it's trying to go down rather to like 10. Because Alexandria is already down to 38 autonomy. And it's going down to like almost nothing. Amazing. We're going to get such good autonomy. The map mode is going to be beautiful. Army Reformer has died. I'm tempted to take a cheap guy, but I think we'll probably take the manpower recovery rate dude. Yes, please. And more conversions, prioritizing impacts. Good stuff. Everyone coming home. Do you have any cores, by the way? No, just claims. Fair enough. We have indeed made converts. So our annexation of Macedonia is getting there. It's going to be done in about 6 years. Not too bad, not too bad. That will put us at the Diplo limit again, once again, which will be good. Exclamation point M ampersand T in the chat. I'm gonna change that actually. Let me just pause the recording. Right, where was I? Sorry, I momentarily paused the stream there. Okay, someone in chat named Duke of Dune has earned themselves VIP status by telling me the name of the event when rebels pop up. It's when there is a revolt in one of your provinces. Thank you so much. That's really, really good intel. So we're going to go north. We're going to go against Kiev and Poland. In preparation for this, the greater nobles are going to give me manpower. No, they're not. The lesser nobles are going to give me manpower. We now have 111,000 manpower. That should stand us in good stead. And I am going to get them to give their next demand a little bit sooner by giving them some prestige. All right. To the north we go. We're going to declare a reconquest war in which we will feed Crimea, all of this land. And we will personally take this province. And that should cause almost no aggressive expansion against the Christian world, which will be good. And we're going to burn the ever-loving Christ out of all of Poland and Kiev. Now, Kiev has no subjects. Poland owns a bunch of Livonia, but this is pretty undeveloped, so we probably won't bother going up there. And so obviously, yes, our subjects are going to own some of this land in the future, our march, but I'm still fully content to burn it down. It's only land that we're personally going to take that I'm a bit loath to destroy. Sunni spreading nicely into Greece there. It's one of the things I really like about MEIOU and taxes is the things feel more meaningful. Like the fact, like converting Greece as the Ottomans in EU4 is totally simple, quick, and very easy. Whereas MEIOU and taxes, it's a process, and there's multiple systems that go into it, and there's multiple systems interacting with how it works, and it has this big long-term impact, and it's good fun. I enjoy it. All right, but the war against Kiev and Poland will take place in the next episode. Until then, thank you ever so very much for watching YouTube. I will see you next time. Bye.